up, everybody? What's good?
What's going on? What's going on?
Shit, getting sold in the wreck. You know how they go.
I sold something terrible. I lagged out so crazy. That was a monster
Man.
game. A monster game.
You get your internet fixed up, right?
Man, it looked like when I tested the connection, it looked better than it did earlier. So I figured out when we get done. I really find out on here if I'm lagging on here or not.
Yeah.
But anyways, welcome everybody to the Sports Entertainment and Drink Podcast. Boy LV, Nucho, J Gun.
What's going on, everybody?
Here or might not be here. Hey, before we get things kicked off, man, man, send some condolences, man, to my wife and her family, man. Lost her uncle yesterday, man.
Yeah,
man, it's taking it hard, man. It was something that we knew was coming, but not at the time. So,
right.
She's taking it pretty hard, man. Her mom. So, you get a chance, man.
To the whole family, man.
Yeah,
strength, man. That was hard, but straight up, man, for real.
She got some good people around her, helping her keep her strength up, just her faith up, man. But shout out to them, man. Oh man, big sister, what up, Keisha? Big sister, Memphis. How you doing? So what's going on, fellas? Man, we got a lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing I think everybody was talking about, well, before we get into that, as usual, we're drinking on real quick. Say tequila, a little bit, not too much. I see it. Okay.
The Corona Familia.
Okay.
Nooch don't know about it.
Yeah, I know about that, man. I stay away from those. Man. I ain't got nothing. A little water. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Cowboy way.
Thanks, Lauren. Thanks, Keisha. Thank y'all. So let's get right into it, man. NBA first, and the biggest thing everybody's talking about was your boy. Speaking of Memphis, Ja Morant, man. Yeah. I just put his name. There's so much to talk about. I didn't have a particular subject to talk about, but we get to start off with the suspension, number one. I seen the investigation. They said they found no wrongdoing in that, so he's clear at that point. But what are we doing?
I hate it, bro. Just because for me, I'm a LeBron fan, and LeBron is pretty much at the end of his career. Mm-hmm. And if you ask me like who I feel like will be the next face, it could possibly be Ja Morant. He's a role model. A lot of young kids are looking up to him. You know what I'm saying? He just has that swagger that everybody likes. And it's crazy that, he's going through what he's going through. Like, you put all of this on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had all these allegations that were coming out. Why the hell are you on IG Live posting a gun? Like, that was the most silliest thing that you could have done at that point. 5 a.m. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You're sponsored by Nike. You know what I'm saying? You got a signature shoe. Man. This is what basketball players want. When you in the NBA, you want to be able to be one of the coldest dudes out, and you want your own shoe. Like, why are you trying to mess it up for yourself? But it's unfortunate. I just hope that eventually he gets back to what what we're accustomed to seeing him doing, and hopefully he can bounce back because he's definitely gonna need it.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's tough, man. And speaking of LeBron, players like him and most NBA players, you get good people around you, and you normally don't have blemishes like this. We watched LeBron's career. LeBron never had not one blemish, acting out, doing anything inappropriate. You just got to have good people around you. Ja, he's a young kid. We all know he tried to portray something, man, but it's not a good look. He got a max deal coming up this year. I believe he's making $12 million. But next year it's the big money coming in. Also with the Nike deal, he also has a Powerade deal too. So he got a lot of stuff on the table, and his career is definitely going in the upward direction. But bumps in the road like this, man, sometimes you need it, man. And hopefully it could straighten him out, because maybe this was the only other way. Because clearly he wasn't getting the message. He was already in hot water. He had a 17-year-old at the house. They played a pickup game. He got into it with him, got into a little fight. They say allegedly, they say he pulled out a pistol on him also. So You know, we also know about him and his crew pointing laser pointers or doing something at the end of the game in a parking lot. He also got to do with a mall security. So I mean, it was trending in this direction. So he probably needed to, knock his head and get some straightening. I know he's going to rehab now, saying that it was the drinking that had him acting up like that. But we all know it was probably a little something else, a little something else also. But yeah, I wish God the best. Hopefully he'll get his stuff together, man.
Type of time you on, B? He wish the worst for the job. But yeah, man, it goes back to what you said, having that circle, man, having people around you, like he's the money man. Well, he shouldn't be doing it. Y'all can go hang out, party, do what you got to do.
Right.
Take it, do. I mean, put your phone away, man. We can have fun. You got to record everything you do, and you know, it's got to. He is like I work at school. All the kids that wore jerseys, they wore John Morant jerseys. Right. These kids looking up to that dude because he is a different kind of young dude than we used to seeing. You know, you got the dreads, he's doing the dances. You know, he's a baller, man. So kids are gravitating to that. He got his kid his own. You know what I'm saying? Watching that. The little sister and everything. So gotta wake up, man. Hopefully, I love the fact that some players are coming out saying, they'll give him some guidance. Jalen Rose spoke about his time growing up, after the Fab Five and just being in the spotlight in the wrong kind of way sometimes. So hopefully listen to what those guys are saying, man. Hopefully take that in and yeah, my little nephew loves him. He's in Memphis. So, all the kids love him. So hopefully it's the top of the head. Like I said, the signature shoe dropping. Man, the world is in his hands right now. He's starting to crumble. But hopefully, it's not needs.
Yeah, when you making that type of money, man, it's just some things you just got to put away. And if they tell me I can make that type of money, the only thing you have to do is stay off social media. Hey, man, I wouldn't sign into anything until I retire. I wouldn't sign into anything until I retire. But he's a young kid. He's trying to show out. He looked like he was having a good time, though. I ain't gonna lie. He looked like he was having a blast. But yeah, man, he can't be doing that, man. He can't be doing that.
That's good. That's a good point, Lauren. You just gotta wake up, man. I mean, you can be on. You see a lot of NBA players on social media. It's what you do on it. Use it for good. Hold the gun and who's NBA young boy and all that. Listen to it, man.
You throwing up gang signs too.
Yeah, what you doing?
It's like no good is gonna come from that. Like there's no point in doing that.
Not at all, man. Especially not in Memphis.
Yeah, and exactly. I was just gonna say that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody might try to come see you. You know what I'm saying? See if you really got that. Like, you can't do that. You cannot do that.
No.
They already call him Papa Doc. So
hey, real quick before we want to go, I just want to say happy belated to Marv once again. Marv just jumped in.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Marv.
Happy 50, bro. Happy 50, bro.
Happy 50, man. 5-0, baby.
Yeah, everybody that's in here, say happy birthday to your boy Marv, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, too.
What you got on the Marv?
I mean, in my old age, man, he just looked foolish. You know what I'm saying? It's a time and a place for that, man. And you definitely, as a public figure, you just don't need to be in public with stuff like that. Keep your your private life, your private life. You know what I'm saying? They had the dancers, it appears that like they was on some type of drugs, whatever. Keep all that private. Nobody need to know what you into. You know what I'm saying? Messing up the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? You can do a lot of things, and a lot is riding on your legacy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to be the person to change everything for your family. They're supposed to be straight for generations.
Exactly.
You can't trick that off.
For real.
And so he needs to grow up a little bit. I know he 23, 24 years old.
Yeah.
It's a maturity thing.
No doubt. I hope that he just takes some of the lessons in these people, the older players are trying to get
to. Man, I think I sent out that clip no chill Gil.
I didn't like that part.
I mean, he told him the raw stuff though. You know what I'm saying? What he needed to hear, and I hope that somebody is in his corner who can give it to him straight like that.
Damn, there's 2 3 strays. That's tough.
Hmm.
I mean, but that could be a reality. But Mar, only thing I disagree about what Gil was saying. I think he was telling him to cut off his dreads.
Well, yeah, he was saying that it's not Gil don't feel that way.
Oh,
But what he's trying to say by that is that like public perception. You know how what others think about us if we appear a certain way. And what he's saying is you're gonna take a beating, you're gonna take these lumps, and if you really want to show that you clean your act up and your image up, this is what you might want to do. You know what I'm saying? Which I can't say that I disagree with that because they don't like to see us our natural dreads and braids and you know what I'm saying. They rather see us clean cut. Like it's some truth to what Gil was saying. They be afraid
I
of it.
don't feel like he should have to do
Yeah, I
that.
don't feel like that either.
That's just me. You know what I'm saying?
But
they already gave me the max. I ain't cutting nothing off.
you know what I'm saying? A lot of think about it. Like even the everyday workers, they try to tell you some places try to tell people, they can't have tattoos in certain places and they can't
Right.
have a certain length. That's what he's trying to say.
I mean, I get that part, but he's an NBA player. He's playing
NBA player,
He's
exactly.
playing basketball.
Yeah,
I'm not arguing with you, Mar. I'm just saying, like, I just don't. That I hate when it comes up to like, well, you got to be a certain. Because I mean, and you're right. The NBA at one point was on that tip when they had them change the whole
dress code.
wardrobe. The wardrobe back when Iverson used to rock what he used to wear. They said, "No,
Right.
dress up a little bit." So but I think we're a little past that as far as the NBA. I hope he doesn't result to that. Hopefully, he just take his the knock on the head and move on.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we're gonna jump right over to man. These guys are a problem. KD came back. Since he been back, I mean, they look good. Him and Booker looks different. Booker talking trash, which I hate. I hate that he be talking. I hate that. But
hey, that's what got him to a blast playoffs, man. Talking that trash. You better chill.
But he had KD. You get KD and you think people talk a little different. They talk a little different. But they look good though.
True. Yeah.
What do you guys? I think I think they're 4-0 since he's been back.
Yeah. I'm a still hold off on the Suns just because of the track record of all of the players. Chris Paul definitely. Can Booker and KD? I mean, Booker, KD, and Aiden is still a strong team. But I'm still gonna hold off, man. Are they good enough to get a championship? You think?
Well, we're gonna talk about that part in a minute. It's just somehow if you think this.
Yeah,
I'm
buying them finishing off strong in the regular season, but I'm not buying deep playoff run.
All right, Mark.
I mean, it's a small sample size. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all know what KD is capable of. He's been, career average, very efficient player, all of that, close to 30. It's just how with them it's just gonna be like, can they keep that chemistry going in the playoffs? Things slow down. How's their half court gonna look? You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna have enough chemistry to make it work? And if they do, they're gonna be a problem. I mean, we've seen what Kevin Durant could do when he's with a loaded roster. He did back to back, should have been 3, but they all got hurt. But I don't see why he wouldn't be able to come out the West in a finals appearance at least. I mean, ain't nobody really out there who gonna have that type of say so that I can see the way the teams are put together.
We're gonna get to that part in a second, right after this one. Let's get Trill's Jay's comment on this?
I mean, I went on record and said, if they stay healthy, of course they're gonna be a problem. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The thing for me and the Suns is DeAndre Ayton. Like, what Ayton are you gonna get in the playoffs? What CP3 are you gonna get in the playoffs? Aging CP3 that you're gonna get in the playoffs? Because that's your starting point guard, that's your starting center. To me, those are your two most important positions on the NBA court. Booker gonna do his thing. We know that. KD's definitely gonna do his thing. We know that. But what are the role players gonna do around them? And if they don't step it up, I mean, you asking them to do a lot, especially like in the 7-game series in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can score in bunches, but what these role players gonna do? What they gonna do on defense?
That's true.
So,
yeah.
All right. Well, we'll continue with that. We're gonna go right to the topic of the West. Who could really win the West? Now, can we all take a second and acknowledge that the number 2 team in the Western Conference is the Sacramento Kings? Think about that. The number 2 team. All right, second's over. But I did predict that they would have the Rookie of the Year. Now, I don't know if that's the reason why they're that good. I don't know what his numbers are like, but I did predict them. But so you got the Nuggets, who are 8 games ahead of them in first place. Then 2nd through 8 is only separated by 4 games. It's a tight race to the finish. You got Sacramento at 2, Memphis at 3, Phoenix at 4, Dallas 5, Golden State 6, Minnesota, Clippers, and the Lakers, and New Orleans is still in it. OKC is like only team is out of it is San Antonio and Houston. Every other team in the West is still in it right now. Only 2 teams out of it. That's crazy. But who do you guys can see right now? Like, okay, even though they're not a top seed, they're not number 1 seed. Because I don't think nobody believes in Denver. I mean,
I give you my top 3. I think it's Phoenix. I think it's ultimately gonna end up with the Clippers. And
wow, they 1-5 in the last 6.
I mean, what they're gonna have to do is get Russ off the floor.
Westbrook.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get.
Oh yeah, speaking of, shout out T. He loved Russ. Shout out T on that.
You're gonna have to get Westbrook off the floor and get
crazy.
back to the regular scheduled programming that they had going on out there. And but I think they're gonna realize that Russ gonna be a 8th player off the bench or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he needs to be at this point.
Has he really been that toxic? It turned to that much of a toxic player? Like,
I don't think he's toxic. I think we're using the wrong word. I think that his skills have diminished. What he was good at, he can't do no more.
That's crazy.
Not only that, his decision making is not the best. That's really what it comes down to, because
used to make you overlook it.
Right. We've seen point guards age
30 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, and 5, 6, 7 turnovers. You'd be like, okay, but we still got the dub. But now that you can't get to the rack like that no more. You can't get those steals no more. So now those 7 turnovers look real bad now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to tell y'all the team that a lot of people are sleeping on. I feel like they just coasting in the regular season. Like, they don't care about the regular season. But when the playoffs come on, they're gonna be a different animal. That's the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry's been out the lineup. He's finally getting healthy. He just came back recently. I don't know if anybody knows, but Klay Thompson has been going crazy lately. I don't know what's going on with Wiggins. Do anybody know what's going on with Andrew Wiggins?
Probably coasting, waiting for the playoffs.
Of course, you still got Jordan Poole, but I mean that's the team I feel like is, if anybody's gonna challenge Phoenix, it's gonna be Golden State. Watch out for them Warriors, man.
Yeah, I'm with Trill. I like the Suns at the top, and also like Golden State. I also think the Lakers are gonna be dangerous too if they make it in the playoffs. They got a pretty deep roster. They win the games right now without you know, two of their head people. I mean, D'Lo just got there, but he's still a starter. And then, of course, y'all know LeBron is out. But it's crazy how the dynamics have shifted. And the East is looking strong as ever, and the West is looking like the old East. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. These playoffs are going to be wild. The Western is still going to have the most entertaining playoffs, though. I don't care what nobody say. The West,
I was about to
Western
say that.
Conference playoffs are going to be the best.
I was about to say you say that the East like is a better, better conference, regular season, but I honestly don't think it's probably only 2 teams in the East that can win it, as opposed to I think it's maybe 4 teams or 5 teams in the West that can win it.
Well, who your 2 teams?
I got 3.
I had 3.
Who's the third? I know who your first 2 probably is. Milwaukee.
So we know Boston, we know Milwaukee, but I'm also gonna put Philly in there.
Yeah, okay, Philly. They've been looking good lately.
Yeah.
I think
is Miami over with?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miami's done.
They don't got the point guard player.
You can have them. you can have them.
What about Cleveland?
Not yet. I don't think not yet. Not yet. No, I'm not scared of New York. I'm not scared of Brooklyn. Brooklyn, no, definitely not. Especially what they said about Ben. We get to that in a minute. I was too far. But no, I honestly, you know what?
What about Toronto?
No.
Make no noise.
Hell no.
No, they're a little run some years ago. They got one for Drake, and we're good. We're good. So
back to the good old days.
But no, in the West for me, I got Phoenix. Dallas is so intriguing, but I hear y'all talk about them because the defenses was killing y'all. Perimeter defense especially is hurting y'all. But I like when Kyrie and Luka go off together, but they still lose because you need that one stop or you need that one strand of possessions to go right y'all way. Minnesota's intriguing, but I got Phoenix. I'm gonna say Denver. I don't lie. I think this may be Denver's best time to get it.
To win it. Yeah.
If they gonna make some noise, this is the year that they need.
This is the time.
Mm-hmm.
I like them, and then of course the Lakers, man. I mean, AD, if he continues to play like this, stay healthy. You got D'Lo coming back,
that's asking a lot of street. That's asking a lot out of your boy Street Clothes.
But I mean, he's been when he's been healthy the last few games, he's been monstrous. It's just Anthony Davis.
Oh, AD, yeah. Oh, AD last night. Woo, boy.
Role players. Some of them trades they made was we might not know them as superstars or stars, but they made some little trades.
What's beneficial with LA right now is that they're able to get 10 and 12 from 3 and 4 different players now, and that adds up. That adds up, man. So you can have 2 dudes go for about 30 and 20 apiece, then just have the rest get you about 10, 15 from like 4 or 5 other players. Hey, man, you cooking. And when the playoffs come up, those lineups are going to shrink. Are going to shrink. All these extra bodies ain't going to be out there. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be real interesting, man. Especially with teams like, he did beat Golden State the other night. There was no answer for AD. There was nobody. Golden State had no answer for AD. Same thing with Memphis. AD was doing circles around those Memphis players last night. Just doing circles around them, man. So it's going to be interesting.
Yes, that's yeah. I think if AD, if the Lakers can hold afloat until we know what's exactly going on with LeBron, maybe he just biding time, and maybe he can get close enough. He come back and get them over that at least the play-in game, which is crazy to say the Lakers are fighting for a play-in game again. So okay, this is interesting. So they did Paul Gasol's jersey retirement. I'm like, okay, Do you? Now I hate to say this. I'm trying to question it without sounding crazy, but the question is: Do you think he got his jersey retired with the Lakers because of his friendship with Kobe and him being the godfather to the kids and being so close? Because I don't think he should be up there with the rest of those centers. This is me. I threw it out there. I threw it out there and put him back. What do you guys
Yeah,
take? He was great to help him getting over that hump to get to them championships, the back to back. But
damn, that's tough. That's tough.
Can I pop it off? I feel like Paul Gasol is not a Laker great.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Me too.
Not a Laker great,
I was confused.
but I do view him as a Hall of Fame player. I mean, his body of work. I mean, he was that guy for a while. Then when he got to LA, he had a little, a resurgence, if you will.
Yeah.
But early in his career, he was giving people the fits.
Yeah,
He was a decent in Memphis. I mean, Memphis got that. I don't know how that trade came about, but yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
And as far as the basketball Hall of Fame go, they include everything.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
That's his international play, all
That's
of it.
true, yeah,
So
yeah.
with him winning the gold with Spain, all of that.
Yeah.
Like he's
Don't take it away from him.
He's
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You got to give him
Yeah.
that. As far as the Laker, no, I'm not. Lakers wrong for putting him in the Raptors.
Yeah. I just go ahead, y'all. I get my piece after y'all get done.
No, I mean, I'm not mad at it, but I mean, I understand, the views as far as like you're not really a Laker great. Yeah, it's tough though. I didn't really think about the whole situation with Kobe and his friendship. Now that Viz mentioned it, I kind of do feel like that was kind of like a part of him, possibly getting it.
Put it right next to his jersey too.
Yeah, right next to him. But I mean, like Marv said, I mean, he has the numbers. Let's not forget, he definitely has the numbers. He has the hardware. He has a couple championships as well. So you have to give that to him. But I mean, again, like you said, hang your jersey, the Laker Stadium. That's kind of reach. That's definitely reach. If that's the case, it's a few other Lakers that should be up there. If you're gonna give it to Gasol, it's some other Lakers that should possibly be up there too. Then, if that's the case, but that's just me.
Sasha Vujacic.
Don't do that. Don't do
that. I'm gonna put Lamar Odom up there too.
I was about to say you got Lamar. Lamar was holding down. I was just a little confused. I'm like, why is he? He was there for about 4 or 5 seasons. He got to get 2 rings, but I think he only made 2 All-Star appearances as a Laker. I mean, I really think it ties into Kobe. I mean, him being the godfather of his kids. He had mentioned in the speech, ever since Kobe passed away, you see a lot of videos with Gasol hanging out with the family.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I mean, I was wondering if I was confused. I was just confused.
Yeah. Hey, maybe he's just like a good guy award, man. Maybe he's just been such a great guy.
No, but you look at the Raptors. You go to the Lakers. You go. It's not Staples. What is it? Smoothie King? What are they now? It's not Staples.
Yeah.
Whatever they are now. Crypto arena. You see Shaq. You see Wilt. You see Kareem, and you see Gasol. I mean, that's the case. Dwight Howard should be up there, right? I mean,
no, they're gonna be like Gasol. Gasol got them 2 chips. I wouldn't
say. Andrew Mino did too, though.
But hold up. If they're gonna put Paul up there, then they need to be calling Derek Fisher.
Robert Ory.
Derek Fisher should have been.
That's what I'm saying.
He's got 5 or 6. He's got 5 with the
5. Him and Ory. Ory got 5 too, don't he?
Like, they need some calls.
Rick Fox. Is Rick Fox up there?
Hey.
Well, you go now. You want
Derek Fisher.
They started it when they put Gasol up there. I'm just saying. Gonna put Rondo up there. Put Rondo up there too.
Just saying, man. I was confused. Man, I didn't know what was happening.
Another thing too, real quick. I was gonna say this too, Nucho. You saw this earlier. For the people that play 2K, if you go in the NBA store, they got a whole section of all Gasol jerseys. Like they ain't done that with nobody else.
Nobody.
They have not
I
done
didn't
it
know
with
that.
nobody
They got
else.
all of his jerseys.
Yeah.
All
I'm
his
copping
jerseys are
one, though.
in the
I'm
NBA
copping
store
one.
right now for
Yeah.
purchase.
I'm copping one.
So we got the Memphis, Lakers,
Chicago. Get that
Okay.
shot down.
All right. I was the boy was confused. I was looking. I said, "Why?" I thought it was just acknowledgement. Hey, Paul Gasol. Then I saw the jersey fall. Like, wait a minute, what? All right, All right. We're gonna play a quick game. Overrated, underrated, properly rated. Did I spell it right? I hope so. Don't judge
You
me.
can play no games in here in a minute, Viz.
I know. I'm trying to. My new choke going to the. Welcome back, Beans. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. Welcome back, man. Yeah, I know. But I'm trying to get creative, man. I'm like, all right, because I was gonna do a thing about Ben Simmons, and I was reading some articles, and they came out, with an overrated list. So I said, let me take that list and see what we think about these players. So number one on the list, Ben Simmons, overrated, underrated, properly rated.
That's how you gonna pop it on.
It's Fanuccio. Personally, Fanuccio.
Yeah. Being overrated in my book. Definitely overrated, man.
Easily overrated.
It's crazy how Ben's career has changed so much from what was that, maybe like 4 years ago, he was going crazy on the Cleveland Cavaliers in the playoffs. They had like a triple-double. Not only that, his rookie year, he had like 12 triple-doubles. Everybody was saying Ben was the next. Not only that,
I was advocating for Donovan Mitchell to get rookie of the year that year.
Yeah,
I wanted him to get. I'm like, I don't see what y'all say. This dude don't even shoot the basketball. Like this is, but I'm like, all right,
doesn't. Ben Simmons' basketball game has changed a lot, man. Even if you look at some of his older highlights, he's less aggressive. The dude used to dunk like crazy. You don't even remember because you don't see it no more. But he used to fly. Like Ben used to dunk like crazy. But man, I just think fragile mind in this social media era. With all these people, all the cameras on you, you look at your comments, seeing what people saying, kind of mess with you. We got tired of seeing them shoot threes in the off season, to the regular season come around. We don't see none of that. Oh man, yeah, I'm just going with overrated, man. I'm going with overrated. I can go all day on Ben. I can go all day.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely overrated. I remember I had a homie. Shout out to my boy Lean. He's from Philly. He used to. He was high on Ben Simmons to the point where he was comparing Ben Simmons to Luka. And now look at their careers now. Like Luka is like top tier MVP, All-Star, and then you got Ben Simmons. But from what I'm hearing too, I mean, this is just what I'm hearing. I'm not necessarily saying this is true, but some people are saying that he's never really recovered from that back injury. So I don't know how true that is, but I mean, I can kind of maybe see it. That could possibly be what's going on. Because like Nucho said, he's less aggressive now. He's not doing anything. He's, he's not the same player. And if you got a bad back, hey, good. You damaged goods at that point. What y'all think about that?
Yeah.
Being his mind might be worse than his back. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the problem with him. He looked like a shell of himself, which is sad to say because he's so fresh.
25.
Yeah, just what is he, 4th or 5th year player? And your mind already shattered. Like, what's going on, man? You ain't he ain't really even been in the waters of the NBA. And for him to go out this way, it's sad, man. I don't like Nucho said, I don't want to see no more of him in practice, dribble. Like, I don't want to see that. Do that in the game. You know what I'm saying?
You never see a summertime video of him long, short shooting threes. You should never see it again. I'm gonna say overrated too. Anytime your coach is confused what to do with you, he's supposed to be.
That was sad. That was sad.
Don't know what to do.
That was sad, man. As an NBA player, that was really sad. Really sad.
All right, so these next one we're gonna try to keep it quick. Just give you an overrated, underrated, popular rated. So we got a lot of NFL things to talk about. Trae Young.
Underrated.
Overrated. Overrated.
I'm gonna say properly rated.
Properly. All right.
Underrated. They snubbed that man on the All-Star appearance. How he out here giving you 20 plus and 10 and you don't make the All-Star team? That's underrated.
I feel like a part of him, his off the court issues, I think might have kind of hurt him. You know, with the beef between him and John Collins, the beef with him and McMillan. You know, McMillan getting fired. I think that kind of has something to do with it. That's just me.
Definitely has something to do with
it. I think he hit his ceiling. I think he's not going to get no better than what we see. I don't see any evolution in his game. He doesn't come with nothing different. It's the same Trae Young, and then even now with having Murray in the backcourt, he's turned into a catch and shoot guy. So he's not even the main ball handler anymore. Yeah, small catch and shoot guy. So I don't know, man. I think overrated. Overrated.
All right, I got over too. DeAndre Ayton.
I'm gonna go properly rated.
Rated.
Probably. I'm gonna say just smidge overrated. It's a smidge overrated. What he gets paid for, what he does. I mean, granted, now he got another scorer on the team, which probably hurts him. It's gonna hurt his production more.
No, you know what?
I'm gonna say underrated.
Overrated too. Okay.
I'm going underrated.
Underrated. Wow.
Right.
I'm gonna go underrated just because I feel like it's just too much friction in that Phoenix locker room. I feel like he's not really giving it his all. I feel like if he was with another franchise, we're gonna see.
He chose to sign back with him though. He could have.
He did that just so he can, you know what I'm saying, like get that money. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah.
All right. John Collins, Atlanta Hawks.
Properly rated.
Properly.
I'm gonna say properly rated.
I'm gonna say underrated because I think he got caught up in that drama. I like him as a kind of a stretch forward. He's a good defender. I think if he would have Atlanta is still they're still in the top.
Is he a game changer on another team?
I think it'll depend on
defensively, yes.
What he can do defensively, yeah. I can see him with y'all, with the Mavericks.
Yeah.
I want to say he a little bit overrated. I haven't seen I would have liked to see more growth in him on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, I would argue with you on one thing. He battled playing sharing time with Clint Capella his first few years. Get rid of Clint, bring another scorer with DeJounte Murray, who's ball dominant too, and Trae Young. So now he's really just limited to a defensive player who can hit. He get buckets when he's available, and then you got the turmoil between him and Trae in that whole locker room. So I think another team, a contender team who can use his skills, like I said, Dallas, for example, is his first team top of my head. I think he'd be good there.
Yeah. So it sounds like overrated to me, Vince, what you just said.
I said underrated. I think he's underrated. I think he helps some good teams out.
I just feel like superstars shine no matter what. So yeah, man, he gonna get properly rated.
I never called him a superstar though. I never called him a superstar. I just think, I like him. I always liked John Collins. I think he was always in the shadow of Clinton first in the front court. And then now he's not, he's the third option. Now they brought DeJounte in. I think he's a little underrated, man. I think he
wasn't good enough to beat out Clint Capella.
Because Clint Capella was a better defender.
I don't feel like he fits Atlanta's system.
Thank you.
I don't feel like think about it this way. Think about it this way.
You saved me.
Look at John Collins, and let's say John Collins was in the San Antonio system.
Right.
What kind of player are you getting with John Collins if he was with San Antonio and Pop?
Yeah.
That system is designed for Trae Young. Like that's just is a
Yeah.
simple.
And we get that because he is their franchise player, but
yeah,
it ain't working. You get coaches fired, it's friction, and you bring in another guard.
So-
another guard in.
Collins is a good rebounder.
I didn't say he was. I didn't say he was Ben Wallace.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
I didn't say he was Ben Wallace, but
I want to say
Yeah, I feel like
Newton
Newton on my side. Like I feel like
because Trae Young
like
missed a lot of shots.
He is smidge. I feel like he is smidge overrated.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, it's you guys' opinion.
Hey, everybody's opinion. Hey.
All right. Because Porzingis was on a lot of lists that I was looking at. I think he's properly rated. As what he was supposed to be, yeah, he's overrated. But for what he is right now, last few years, I think he's properly rated. He's just, a good to average stretch 4 or 5, depending on the situation. I mean, he's in Washington, so he's kind of being, he's out of the light. I think properly.
At this point, I'm gonna say properly rated as well.
Yeah.
I think he was a little overrated in Dallas.
Yeah.
Where he
probably
rated right now.
New York too.
I think in New York the hype was there, and I believed in the hype. But when he got injured and he was in Dallas, I feel like he was overrated. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody wanted to accept that maybe he lost something in his game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now I feel like he's more like people look at him where he is, what he's capable of now.
Yeah, he's not a bad player. I mean, he's hitting in Washington. They just they're right now they're fighting for us. Well, not really. It's 10th seed. Never mind. Kyle Lowry
being called a unicorn, like
that was
something serious going on about your game, bro. Like he was out there fooling for New York, in my opinion.
Kyle Lowry. Now, I only asked this question because he was brought in Miami to be their savior, and he just hasn't.
No,
they're another pedestrian team. Like you just.
I'll let y'all go first because I love to go in. I hate him.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say overrated. Always been overrated. He had that one shot in college in Nova.
I'm gonna say properly rated because I never expected anything out of him. So the fact that nothing is going on doesn't surprise me. I remember in the Toronto playoff game, he had 0 points, and I like, bro, yeah.
We know a point guard who put up 0 points, but never mind.
Yes, Lowry, that's kind of tough. I'm gonna say properly rated as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't expect much either. He's just a boring player at this point. I don't even know if I'm even talking about Kyle Lowry.
Definitely boring. You do not want to watch Kyle Lowry running the show, man. It's boring basketball. Not for me. It ain't nothing I want to see.
You know what Kyle Lowry is? He's one of those guys who's been hanging around the NBA for far too long, but it's because he gives 1,000% effort. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
he gives 1,000% effort. But he just don't. His game ain't never been like nice like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't never been, okay, he's gonna be cold blooded. He gonna come down, hit 4 or 5 shots. He hit 2 shots in a row. Like, oh man, he heating up. Like
right.
He never been that guy you just was afraid of that he was gonna light you up.
Yeah, he'll be in the 70s next 2K if he's not already.
Yeah.
He needs to be like a 72, 73.
Damn, he is
What's crazy though? Before I say this, let me ask y'all this: would you take him or Russell Westbrook?
It depends on what your needs are. You need somebody to take care of the ball.
I'll take Lowry. I'm taking Kyle Lowry. Yeah.
He ain't gonna turn the ball up.
Yeah, he ain't turn that ball over like
Yeah,
that.
give
They
me
drop a 0-point game.
Charles.
He has 15 turnovers.
Kyle Lowry shoot 3 for 11 and have 1, maybe 2 turnovers. Westbrook might shoot 3 for 11 and have
With 7 or 8.
7 to 8 turnovers.
I can't
Sound
go.
like somebody I know.
What? We keep talking about that same person. You know he ain't watching though. Shout out to my point guard. Don't kill me with this. Hey man, hey, this is what we do. All right, last but not least, Rudy Gobert. I picked these names from the list. I went a couple lists, and some of these names are read repeatedly. Like, I think Rudy Gobert. The hype of him getting traded to Minnesota was overrated. Overrated hype. But I think overall he's properly rated. He's a good defender. He gets you 10 and 10 or 10 to 11. He actually lost me $200. I had a chance to win $200. Like I needed to get one more bucket in the parlay. He couldn't get that, so maybe he is overrated.
Yeah.
Vizzo had him on a 10-point.
Man, I need to get 15. Dude got 13 in the shout out to my cousin Kevin, man. We was on that tough. Got him, bro. But I need him to get 15. He got 13. Like they had 136 points. You could get one more bucket. But,
that ain't what he do. I would have never put a player performance on him.
But anyway, properly rated. He's a good defender. It's not. I mean, they're still in playoffs right now. Properly rated.
I'm say properly rated as well. I mean, when they made this trade, they brought him in to help out Cat. As far as like defensively, and they also brought him in to to put Cat in his proper position, the 4 position, to stretch the floor. So I mean, I'm gonna just go with properly rated. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, he's a great defender, a rim protector, defensive anchor. So.
I'm gonna go with go, bro.
Yeah, he properly rated. He's been an all-star a couple times. He's been in the race for Defensive Player of the Year. I think he might have even won one. So I think he's properly rated.
All right.
Wait a minute. Overrated, man.
Yeah.
Overrated.
Overrated? Why overrated?
I don't like his defensive game, man. I think he could be more aggressive. Just a tad bit more aggressive.
He's averaging almost a steal a game. He averaged 1.5 blocks a game, 11 boards, 10 points.
I'm gonna have to watch some more. I'll come back. I'm gonna have to watch some more.
I just gave you his numbers. He got past the eye test. I feel that.
Yeah, man. Because every time I watch him, I do not be seeing it, bro. I do not be seeing it.
No, I mean he's not a guy, especially that now in Minnesota. He's really not going to stand out with Cat and Anthony Edwards becoming a superstar. Like this dude is nice.
Does he give you that presence of like some of the best shot blockers when you was like, damn, I'll go down there, like Ben Wallace? You remember?
No, yeah,
Ben Wallace
I think he does.
Okay,
but
okay.
Unlike Ben Wallace, Rudy Gobert has been dunked on plenty of times. So, am I scared to go down there? No. But do I know I'm gonna get blocked? Maybe 1 out of 3 times I go down there. Yeah. So I think it's probably right. I mean, everybody gets dunked on sometimes.
Yeah. All right.
Overrated is bad. It's a tad bit tough for Defensive Player of the Year. Like he did get the award.
You're right.
No, I mean it's your opinion. I'm not.
I'm staying with it.
I know you.
I'm staying with it.
All right, over to the NFL and a team that I did not see this guy going to. I don't know if I spelled his name right, but Derek Carr goes to the Saints. It's weird. I liked it initially, but I'm thinking back, like I'm mad because my boy about to get cut. Famous Jameis.
30 for 30.
They never gave up all the man. Put him on Dalton in. He didn't do anything. He didn't wow the crowd or anything.
Who throws 30 interceptions, bro?
I did.
Who does that, bro? Who does that? Like, why are you in the league?
He's a gunslinger. He let it
Why
fly.
are you in the league?
But he also had 30 touchdowns too, though. That's tough to do. You can't throw. Who throws 30 picks and 30 interceptions? I mean, 30 touchdowns.
Winston. James Winston. They got to suck his finger for to get his team trying to get the dub.
Who wants to
I
get
can taste it. Who wants to get the dub?
Oh my god!
That
Hey,
guy.
the dude was like, huh?
That guy.
But anyway,
they were trying not to laugh.
he's probably the most uninspirable person I've ever seen in my life. Like, oh, here you come again. What are you gonna say now?
Yeah.
But go ahead. What's your thought? Think about
People do it West Side said eat a dub.
He's dub. Look at his fingers.
I wasn't surprised, honestly. I just was surprised by the money they gave him. For me, I think he got like $100 million guaranteed, 150 total, 4 years.
And they was already in salary cap trouble. Like,
right.
What up, man?
No, wasn't his deal 4 years, 160, 80 guaranteed?
And you talking about the deal he got with the Saints, or
yeah,
yes, it was like 150 total.
4 years, 160, 80 guaranteed.
No, I think he got 100 guaranteed.
Yeah, he got 100 guaranteed.
He got 100 guaranteed. But like I said he was either gonna go to the Jets or the Saints. So I mean, I wasn't surprised by the move. Like I said, I was just surprised by the contract and the money that they gave him. With how he performed last year with the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't have gave him that much money. But also, too, you got to look at it like from a standpoint looking at New Orleans and their franchise. They were desperate for a quarterback. You had Taysom Hill and your boy Winston. So I feel like they really, I feel like they was reaching, but I feel like they were also desperate, to bring in Derek Carr and for him to be their quarterback of the future. So we'll see how it works out.
As a Cowboy fan, this scares me. Not because Derek Carr is going to the Saints, but because mediocre and piss poor quarterback is still getting paid in the NFL. This scares me because I'm thinking in my head, if people getting paid like this, we probably going to re-sign Dak Prescott. The reason why I say that is because Derek Carr win-loss ratio, he has like 60 wins to like 70 losses. He's only been to the playoffs one time. Only been to the playoffs one time. So, like Trill said, the money shocks me. The type of money he got shocks me because I would have gave him a prove it deal. Like, you need to prove it to me. I would have gave him like a 2-year, 1 year prove it deal. But this scares me, man, because if a dude like that get money like that, that's telling me that these Cowboys probably gonna be like, hey, Dak, come on, three or 4 more years, we'll pay you. Because Dak's resume look way better than his. Way better. This dude, he's not even over 500 in wins and losses. Derek Carr's always kind of been overrated to me. He had one good year, maybe his 3rd or 4th year when he was maybe like in MVP talks. He was doing his thing. It didn't amount to nothing. The weapons he have in Vegas were way better than what he's going to be playing with in New Orleans. So I don't know. I don't see it. I think it wasn't worth the money. It wasn't worth the money.
You better. Kamara, Thomas.
Kamara's not better than Brandon Jacobs.
No.
Brandon Jacobs, what's his name?
Josh Jacobs.
Vegas runner. Yeah, Josh Jacobs.
We were talking about Brandon Jacobs last night. We were talking about
as a satellite, though?
No, what's the satellite?
A receiving running back. You think
they need a running back. And they had one. He had one in Vegas. Now, what's his fault? He got cut from Vegas. So, he was getting cut. I think if he had a choice, he would have stayed there. But there's 2 different teams. I still like that Vegas team better than the Saints. So, you're number one. And he's a rookie, actually.
Okay. Hold on. My bad. I forgot Adams was out there. So, yeah. They do.
Adams, tight end, Waller.
Tight end, Waller.
Josh Jacobs,
What tight end
Winslow.
is your number one tight end in New Orleans is a dude who I thought was gonna be the quarterback. You pay him you just pay him a bunch of money. You just pay him a bunch of money to do what?
Nothing.
Everything.
Nothing.
And then we still don't know what's up with Michael Thomas. Like, we don't know who is Michael Thomas. We still don't know who he is. He gave us one great year, then just vanished.
This dude had an injury and ain't been back. Like, man, what kind of injury he had?
The only thing he got going right now is a lot. What's his name? Olave.
Olave. Yeah,
I give him that.
Yeah,
you got some
Olave,
young.
and then what's the other guy?
They ain't there, Mar. They ain't there, Mar.
You better not say Jarvis Landry.
Gone.
Jarvis Landry gone after this year. He ain't gonna
if
be
he was there, it wouldn't matter.
I mean, exactly. If he was there,
it wouldn't matter. Speaking of wowzer contracts, Jesus Christ. I thought this man wasn't gonna see none of that money. He didn't get what he asked for, but they gave him a lot of money.
Close.
Very pedestrian. And they had the nerve to tag Saquon Barkley. So Saquon's only getting 10.5. And this dude's getting more than Lamar Jackson did. He got on his tag. Lamar got tagged.
What do you think Saquon's effort is going to be like this year behind that?
They would not have been in playoffs one for Saquon.
If I'm Saquon, this is a mail order season for me. Oh, y'all gonna tag me? All right.
What do y'all think about him getting this contract? I mean, he asked for what he wanted. He didn't get what he wanted at the ballpark. I thought the Giants. If I'm the Giants, I'll say go out and see what you get, and we'll be here with 25. I'm not.
If I'm the Giants, honestly, like, where do you go? Like, if you don't re-sign Daniel Jones, where do you go? Like, who do you sign?
Draft.
Who you go get? Andy Dalton? You want to draft? If you go to the draft, then go ahead and let Barkley walk, because you basically gonna be down there restarting. Like, you're restarting that franchise all over again. I don't see nothing wrong with it. And the only reason why is because when we saw Dak get that money, we looked at it like, dang, Dak got all that money. Now Dak deal don't look like nothing. Dak deal look kind of pedestrian. This Daniel Jones deal, $40 million. I mean, he is a starter in the NFL. He did go to the playoffs. The numbers are not what you want to see. But I mean, he had pay the man. Pay him.
You don't pay him.
Nah,
Man,
you
I
pay
feel
him.
like he's saying that as a happy, content Cowboys fan. Like, yes.
No,
Yes,
man.
we get to see David Jones. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's not what it is, man.
Cowboys fan. That's what it sounds like.
Who else are you going to go to? Viz, what quarterback do you go get that you're going to say, we're going to go compete next year with this guy and possibly get to the playoffs again? Who do you go get? Who?
Aaron Rodgers.
You get Aaron. You can try to go for Aaron.
I feel like the Giants
Try to go for Aaron.
could get that. I feel like the Giants could get the same production that they got out of Daniel Jones with Tannehill. You could slide Tannehill in there, and they could have got to the playoffs if they was going to play. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. I probably would have tried Jimmy G also. Jimmy G, maybe. But hey, they drafted him. He's homegrown. That's your quarterback. Let's go. Let's go, G-Man.
And see, and I was gonna say too, you got to look at it like this too, as a franchise.
Right.
You draft Daniel Jones, you know what I'm saying, and if you let him walk, you're basically telling yourself, and as a franchise, that you failed,
and that's okay.
Right.
That's all right.
Well, so the point that I'm making is, I think that kind of factor into why they was willing to make this deal. You know, there's somebody that they drafted, somebody that got them to the playoffs. Like Nucho said, what else are you really going to do? Unless you're going to trade for somebody. So, I mean, this deal, I mean, he got the money, but, you know, coming up is some other quarterbacks that's going to get some deals, and this money is not going to look like that much anyway.
No, it's not.
So, Viz, you're basically saying that there's no hope for Danny Dimes, the white Vic, to get better.
Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that. Vanilla Vic.
I'm just asking.
Get it right.
Vanilla Vic.
Vic.
Okay, the white Vic.
No way, no how. There's no way.
So you're basically he's hit his ceiling. It's not getting no better. Okay,
bro, you said it yourself.
Okay.
He had 15 passing touchdowns in the regular season. 18 games, he got 15 touchdowns. You left at Andy Dalton, and Dalton had more touchdowns.
Yeah.
Now they'll get some money once they cut Kenny Galladay. But come on, man. 35 million for that performance? For Vanilla, he's a
did he get 35 or 40?
Too much.
Either way.
Too much.
I think it was 40.
I said 25.
Pay that man.
They did. They're gonna reap the benefits. They're gonna reap what they did by that contract. And they're gonna have a nerve to tag the dude that got you there.
No. He gonna get taken care of.
Oh yeah.
He gonna get taken care of.
That's why the Giants will be the Giants. Speaking of, another team should be ashamed of themselves. They had the nerve to tag Lamar Jackson on the deadline. They had to. The deadline came up, so they had to tag him. So he's getting $33 million as opposed to Daniel Jones getting $35 to $40 million.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson, man, this is
ugly.
The Ravens don't want him. That's what it's telling me. The Ravens do not want him. They don't believe in him. They basically telling this dude, you can go and talk to whoever you want to. Go talk to him. Whatever they offer, the Ravens have 5 days to match it. If they don't match it, he gets to walk. So the Ravens are basically saying, we going to see. Hold on. You cool.
They want to see what his market is.
They want to see what his market is.
If he falls in the market to where they can make something happen, then they're going to go for it. But if not, I think they are willing to let him walk.
Right. So Lamar Jackson is looking for some of that, what's the Cleveland Browns quarterback, Watson.
For that,
he wants he wants a Deshaun Watson type contract. But, man, we're going to see. This is going to be interesting, man. This is going to be really – I've been seeing all type of teams coming out the woodwork saying Atlanta Falcons, they want to get them. I saw a scenario with the 49ers. Hey.
But I don't think this scenario is going to work because the teams who needed quarterbacks initially signed them up.
Right.
Giants could have waited a couple more days and said, "Oh, Lamar Jackson, let me see what he's talking about."
Right.
Oh,
right.
You see the Jets flying to California to talk to Aaron Rodgers. Right. So I don't think those teams can do what, or even offer the money that he's asking for. Probably.
A lot of the good teams can't, but it's the Atlanta Falcons, it's the Carolina Panthers. Those are the teams that could be like, "Hey, Lamar, you want that Deshaun Watson money? I got something for you." And it's going to be up for the Ravens to match it. They're going to have 5 days to match it.
But they know he's not going to sign those teams who worse than his team he's already on. Though. So you put him in a spot to choose a team, a franchise. You want to go to the Falcons?
But do we know that, though? Because talks on ESPN said that they're $100 million away from meeting where they want to be, meaning that they're $100 million off in their type of deal. I don't know how true that is, but that's what ESPN is saying, that what Lamar Jackson wants and what the Ravens want to give him is $100 million off.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about going to other franchises. You can try to go to the Falcons franchise, but you're going backwards. Yeah, you're young, but you've been to the AFC Championship game.
Right.
Now you're going backwards. You can go to the Panthers, who's franchise. They got some weapons, but it's not, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they know he can't just go and say, I'm gonna go to a competitor because they can't afford him no more, and it's not that easy. The 49ers.
We also know, and we also know these new players, man. I mean, these new players are all about the money. They all about the money, Viz. You know how it is. So you tell me I could go to Atlanta for 5 or 4 years and make an additional $100 million to what y'all want to give me? I mean, don't get me wrong, Lamar Jackson, he got the MVPs. He don't have really no playoff wins. He got the MVP, he does. But when a franchise, y'all already shown me that y'all really don't want me. At the end of the day, y'all really don't want me. Y'all telling me to go shop. This is like your girlfriend coming to you saying, "Hey, I like you, but I want to see other people." I mean, like, bro, you don't like me that much. Like, damn, you fool with me, but you want to see other people. Yeah, so I mean, this is tough, bro. Like $100 million difference is a big gap, and when they throw that contract and that money get in your face, damn, you start thinking about them cities. Atlanta ain't that bad. Miami ain't that bad either. And then the Miami, you getting that no tax money. Hey, man.
Well, I think
Miami. We're gonna see.
I'm about that.
Yeah. I mean, whoever throws it out there, it's a possibility. It's a possibility.
All right.
What do you think, Trey?
Man, it's gonna be interesting to see what happened with this whole situation that we talked about. Like you said, I mean, the fact that they gave him this non-exclusive tag tells Lamar Jackson and his camp they really don't want me. I don't know what's the Colts situation as far as like money wise. Do anybody know? Indy?
The Colts should have a pretty decent cap size. They don't have nobody.
Now, real quick before you go to your point with that, Trill, do you think another concern is the injury he had, the fact he didn't come back? You think teams are a little skeptical? I mean, you can continue with your point, but I want to add that to maybe the Colts. That would be a good fit. The Colts could be a great fit.
Yeah. I mean, of course, if I'm a GM and I'm, trying to, potentially sign Lamar Jackson, I'm going to kind of hold that over his head.
Yeah.
As far as like negotiating with him. So, and I mean, it's a business at the end of the day. So, I mean, I couldn't fault anybody for, doing that. But I mean, that definitely can factor into, the amount of money that's going to be offered to him. But my personal opinion, I feel like, Lamar Jackson is a game changer. When healthy, I feel he's definitely top 5, maybe top 10 in the league. So, hey, I'll be willing to give him the money, honestly. I'll be willing to give him
the money. And he's young. He's young.
He's still young.
Because, he doesn't remind me, like, and they try to compare, what he did. Well, not they. I seen one or two people say, with RG3, he got hurt. He was never the same. I don't think he's a run-first quarterback. I think he runs because he has to, because those weapons he had was not the same.
Exactly. And I was going to say that because if I'm Lamar Jackson or if I'm anybody in his camp, I will show them my production with the weapons that I did not have.
Yes.
Give me some weapons. Hey, let's talk about this money now.
That Atlanta thing can be intriguing. If Pitts come back healthy, he could be one of the best tight ends in the league. Him and Lamar Jackson.
Man, that'll be dangerous. He loves tight ends.
He does.
He loves tight ends. They got Drake London.
Yeah, he's developing nice. And then that running back, they got a running back that's developing pretty good too.
Yeah, number 25. Number 25. I know you're talking about the rookie. So I mean the pieces. I mean the offense look better than Baltimore's.
And if I'm him, I'd take less for when I want to go to a team that I'll be happy with, instead of a team
that wants you.
Yeah, they want you.
Some people a team that wants you, man.
Yeah,
man. And, Atlanta been looking for that dude, man. Mike Vick.
Yeah,
Matt Ryan was not Mike Vick.
Hey,
Matt Ryan, he was a
Lamar
quarterback.
Lamar Jackson will be so loved if he went to Atlanta, bro. Man, if Lamar Jackson go to Atlanta, bro, he will be so. It'll be Lamar Jackson jerseys, bro. They could sell that so much. Now winning, I don't know, but the market, they're gonna be able to sell Lamar Jackson. Remember,
Vic wasn't winning off rip. Vic was just electrifying. He had the whole city behind him. He was one of us at quarterback. That city was electrified.
You think right now Lamar Jackson is not thinking in his head like, damn, I can make this type of money and go to Atlanta and. Man, like it's close to Florida, the hometown. Like, bro, like Baltimore. Hey, bro, it is what it is. It is what it is. Cause y'all don't want me. We sat there and overpaid that. And Jerry Jones got on the podium and said, "Yeah." He looked at him and said, "I overpaid for you." He told him to his face. Like, you know, but we had to get their quarterback. We had to keep him. We had to have somebody or we started over. And it's sad to say that Baltimore just don't believe in the style of play, and they don't believe in Lamar, man. Like, how do you come back and play next season? And you just told me, yeah, go talk to other people, man. If they don't match you, you can come play with us on this franchise tag. Come play. Like, bro, the blood is already bad, bro. Like,
the damage is done.
The damage is done, man.
In my mind, I'm not going back to Baltimore. I'm done.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, it's like
you hit with a tag, you can pay less than Daniel Jones.
Less. Think about how bad Lamar Jackson. Think about how bad he gonna feel if he do get hurt on that franchise tag, and then he gonna be thinking about, damn,
play. I don't think he's gonna play.
Yeah, damn, I turned down that Atlanta money. You know what I'm saying?
I think he will. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's tough. We're going with one more comment. So Aaron Rodgers, he met with the Jets already. They met with him out of California. Now I was a bit advocate a month or two ago. Said, nah, he wasn't thinking about the Jets. That's what Brett Favre did. He's not trying to be a shadow of Brett Favre. Boy, was I wrong. The fact that he took the meeting and is looking, I don't know. I mean, I think this is the second time talking. So,
Remember, I called this, and y'all threw that Brett Favre stuff in my face.
I definitely did. I you know me. I apologize. I apologize about the Luka thing. I apologize about this. I was definitely wrong. I'm saying, this Brett Favre did this. Well, he already had to sit behind him in Green Bay. But hey,
you gotta think about it again, bro. It's New York. And then it's Aaron Rodgers. Like, to me, I feel like it's a perfect fit as far as like a storyline for the NFL. And that's what they mean. Like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if he's gonna leave Green Bay, he's gonna go to a big market team, you know, not necessarily a great franchise, but you know, when you think about the NFL, there's a couple teams you think about. Of course, Cowboys, Niners, Jets, you know what I'm saying? Teams like that. And I could definitely see him going to New York and being a quarterback for the Jets going into next year.
Right.
And like Neutral said earlier, they got the weapons. They got young weapons. Young good
weapons.
Yeah. I can I hope that it happens, because what I think Aaron Rodgers' mindset would be is Brett Favre came here and failed. That's all I'm saying. He failed. He went to the Jets. It was just a pit stop for him. I think Rodgers' mentality would be like, I could come here and win this division. I mean, they do have the Buffalo Bills, but do I give Aaron Rodgers and those receivers a chance against the Bills after what I've seen? I do. I give him a pretty good chance, a pretty decent chance. So Aaron Rodgers already playing cold weather, so that's not going to be a problem for him. Joe Namath said he could have number 12 if he comes. I'm with it, man. I'm with it.
Lining up.
Man. That defense was good.
Yeah, the defense was good. Yeah.
You got you see what Saul said? You see what Saul said? Hey, Saul said, if you come to New York, I promise you I won't pick you off in practice.
Wow.
And he said he'd burn the cheese head he got.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Got the defense.
Fooling,
yeah.
Sauce was definitely fooling. Sauce was fooling in Green Bay.
We enjoyed that big.
So much aligned to it, bro. Like that was the start of it when he put that cheese head on his head, bro.
Yeah.
Start.
Yeah. I love the direction just speaking on young superstars in the NFL. I love the direction the NFL is going, man. They gonna keep us entertained, man, for the next 10, 15 years, man. I like it. I like it a lot. Every year is something else.
Good superstars, man.
Oh yeah.
Justin Jefferson's Chase. I mean, what's the dude out the Cincinnati?
Jamar
Chase.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun.
CeeDee Lamb. Shout out my boy CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb, Michael Parsons. We got some names, man. Young, good names.
Oh yeah. Young, good names, man.
What you think, Marv? Aaron Rodgers meeting with the Jets.
I mean, we talked about this before. We all thought that he would never want to follow in Favre's footsteps.
Y'all thought that.
I did. I admit.
Y'all thought that.
I kind of thought that he might though, just to be like one up Brett Favre. Like, I got it done there and you didn't. So I kind of went back and forth on that because he seems petty like that. Like, yeah,
For sure.
you know what I'm saying? I did something you couldn't do, type of situation. But I think that would be a good fit for him. Who would he have to face? Buffalo, Miami, and the Pats, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he could, what I'm saying, get around that. And they got a defense that's growing and maturing and getting better and better. They look better by the end of the year. So I feel like that they could do something. I think the number one thing that slowed the Jets down is when that running back got hurt.
Well, that, and in fact they changed quarterbacks 2 or 3 times. I mean, they didn't,
between
Luke Wilson and White.
I feel like they wouldn't have had to do that if the running back was there. They was doing well enough with the run attack to where it was taking the pressure off the quarterback.
Hey, Brees Hall's going to be a beast, but I think, but Mara, I'm saying is quarterback, is the key to every team. So when your starting quarterback gets hurt, he comes back, he gets benched. The team wearing the backup quarterback shirt,
yeah,
and that's toxic. And now he has to go back in because the dude with the shirts you were wearing, he gets hurt. So the starting the dude that you don't like comes back in. So it was a mess. Like Brees Hall getting hurt, that was just unfortunate because he was one of the keys to the offense, along with that young receiving core. But yeah, when that quarterback is playing like they did, that's no good for any team.
Yeah, so I think when you look at that squad, I think they got some weapons. Mm-hmm. I think they got some weapons, and I think they could definitely make some noise with Rodgers. I mean, if he's willing to come there and he want that spotlight, you know what I'm saying? Let him go taste that Big Apple.
I'm gonna be curious to see if he goes to the Jets. The matchup that I'm gonna be interested to see is him against that New York media. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers don't hold back, and that media, they'll get after you. That's gonna be interesting to see.
But I think if anybody's built for it, is him. I mean, remember when everybody was coming at him saying that he with the whole RELAX, relax, like don't. And he's that kind of dude mentally. Like I don't think that it, like you said, it'd be interesting how they gonna come at him. But I think his response gonna be pretty chill. Like I don't. Yeah. This is dude that goes out in the country and meditates and all that type of stuff. He's like a Phil Jackson kind of dude. Like that's not gonna bother him. They're gonna attack him for sure. Especially if it's, what I'm saying, if it's a game that it's something that he messed up on, and it's going to be different from Green Bay media for sure. But I think if anybody's built for, I think he's one dude.
He'll definitely be Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, for sure.
Man, that's interesting. Well, so we are at the end of our show, ladies and gentlemen who are still watching, and we are sponsored again, of course, by W. Get 10% off using the ANEP code when you go to their website. Get the energy drink. W is a energy drink. They are new to the world, and we have been, fortunate to have them sponsor us. So again, get 10% off using that code ANEP. It's always a tongue twister. And for the people who are new, if you aren't new, you can share it. You can hit this, like, subscribe, share, remind everybody, when we're on every week. Every Wednesday. Appreciate it, Moan. Shout out to Moan.
Shout out Moan.
Appreciate it, Mel. Shout out to Mel. The ladies had a great show this past weekend. If you missed it, it's on our YouTube page. They were talking about interrelation. I can't say it. I've been drinking too much. It's about relationships. Black and white relationships. Interracial. There we go. Relationships. So if you missed that, check them out. Of course, check out the fellas every Sunday. And of course, check us out same time every week. Next week, we get more to like We ran over time, but I say that for next week. A lot of cuts. It's gonna be a wild off season for the NFL, and of course the NBA is heating up as we get down to the road to the playoffs with them. So, with all that being said,
before we end the show, I want to say something real quick. I just got a notification. It says Kevin Durant missed tonight's game because he slipped during warmups. Health for the Phoenix Suns.
They been hold on. Now, they be getting my boy Anthony Davis, but they don't say nothing about when his KD get hurt.
Because KD at least be back in the court.
Interracial. Thank you, man. My
can always find street clothes and street clothes.
Hey, when he's on the court, he gets the job done. He had 30 and 22 last night. Talk about that.
Yes, sir. He did, man.
Said like a true Lakers fan, man.
Man, hey, man, that's my team. I was there the Smush Parker days. Talk about it.
Bro, it is some crazy shit going on right now. They saying Sean Kemp was involved in the drive-by shooting.
Sean Kemp. Was he shooting or was he shot?
They saying he was shooting.
Hey, Rain Man. Let it rain.
Bro, what is going on?
It's got wild.
What? Well, we'll talk about next week.
We gotta
we got stuff to talk about
next episode.
Sean Kemp. That's tough. Wow. Where we at with Sean Kemp doing
what a teaser, guns.
For real.
Hey, I'm just doing my job, man. Doing my job.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Peace out.
All right, y'all. Appreciate you.
All right.